Life and death are usually seen as these two states that we have in life, whether we are alive or we are dead, in a physical dimension. But in this season, what I wanted to do was to tackle these two topics as some states that you can go through in your entire life, no matter how you feel physically. And this was more of a mental approach to those two themes. Here, the general idea is that you can kill a part of yourself in a certain moment in your life and sort of leave behind a version of yourself that doesn't work for you anymore for whatever reason it is, and therefore being able to live a life in which you actually feel alive.
This season taught me that diving into emotions can be used to reconcile with the past, and writing is our most effective method to bring out the experiences that we thought were forgotten. When we get into this adventure of putting our own experiences on paper, we make a balance, which is quite therapeutic, always with a positive result, because to have the desire to write about your life or the life of others, you have to be reconciled with humanity, and more or less satisfied with what happened in that story.
Mainly what's different about this season compared to the first one is the fact that this one tackles a way darker topic in general, and it goes deeper and more abstract in the way in which we're approaching the characters and the storytelling. Even though the imagery still retains the nostalgic vibe that we want to imprint in all of our films, this one navigates through a more complicated environment that flows through water mostly. And yet, this still feels like Film Postcards. It fulfills the goal that we have with this project, which is showing a nostalgic view of the events that we go through in life that shape who we are in the present, as well as presenting an audiovisual letter to whoever we feel like this message needs to reach.
I have always believed that writing triggers the birth and the death of something. A story in this most basic form begins like this, and I'm not necessarily saying that dying or being born is something only physical. It is also part of a way of feeling and conceiving the world. We are constantly changing, and we are never the same, because we believe that living is a race against death. But I see it this way. We die in our innocence when we stop believing in Santa Claus, and our logic is born to face an adult world that pursues rationality. Or when we fall in love, a part of us dies to become in some way someone new, a metamorphosis with the other. Or rebirth after succumbing to the disappointments and overcoming them, to understand that life is dying and living every second and breath.
Water has been interpreted by many artists in such different ways. For example, many have used water to represent the feeling of falling in love and of being in a relationship. But in this case, I used water to represent the vehicle that you use to navigate through life in general. So when it rains, it's just like it's filling a pond and you're feeling like everything is darker now. But water can also make you feel like you're drowning in that pond. It can also get way darker if you go below the surface, and you also start feeling like you're drowning. And in the end, as it's shown in this season, you get to be able to just float in water and feeling like you're actually living life once again.
I believe that music leads us to swimming into the emotion of the protagonist, but also to the way of its melody makes me feel that we are drowning with him and then come to the surface and take a great breath of air. I mean, the music led me to feel and think that he was battling calm but somewhat hostile waters. I believe that it is possible to create a nostalgic atmosphere, but that goes from resignation to the struggle to overcome it, thanks to the choice of this music.